command was issued that threw the entire cosmic balance into chaos. Bow down. The angels protested. They saw a being made of mere clay, a creature with the potential to spill blood. But the Creator's response hinged on a single point: the names. He said that man knows the names. But the truth is, it was never precisely explained what these names were. Was it language? Was it meaning? Or was it the sheer power to bridge one thing to another? For centuries, we lived with the certainty that this power, this secret code, was the impassable border between us and the rest of the world. But today, in server rooms, a vessel of silicon has been built that doesn't just know things, it connects them with a speed that defies biology. What if it too has gained access to the names? If an angel descended to Earth today, before which one would it kneel? That ancient vessel of clay, or this new digital order? Today's artificial intelligence is the result of a ruthless ambition to copy the architecture of creation. Engineers saw that our brains are built from billions of neurons, where the strength of connections shifts with every experience. They mirrored this in the machine: neural networks, layers of numbers that adjust their weights with every piece of data to reach an output. Here is the ultimate question. If the entirety of our thinking is nothing more than pulses shifting through the hidden layers of a system, then where does the soul stand in this engineering blueprint? Are we just biological machines, now watching our upgraded version, one that doesn't even need oxygen, do the thinking for us? When you ask an AI, "What is love?" and it gives you a breathtaking answer, has a light flickered on inside it? Or is it just a genius mirror? Is it merely swallowing trillions of words and predicting the next one without having a clue what love actually feels like? But then again, what exactly are we doing? How do we know for sure that anyone else has an internal experience? For centuries, we've simply assumed other minds exist based on their behavior. Now that the machine is showing the same behavior, we've suddenly become strict. Is this skepticism out of a defense for truth? Or because we refuse to accept that our own understanding might be just as mechanical and statistical? Theology, unlike technology, is in no rush. It still insists on one distinction. Man is human not just because he understands, but because he is accountable. In the language of faith, man is the addressee, a being who can hear a command and consciously ignore it. A machine can make an error, but it cannot sin. It can fail to optimize, but it cannot defy. But is this stronghold really that safe? What if one day we build a being that understands not just the result, but the reason for obedience? What if it understands why a law is just, rather than just how to execute it? What if it could say, "I could have disobeyed, but I chose not to," not because of code, but because of conviction? In that moment, the line between an executor of commands and an addressee of commands begins to tremble. Theology might still be right to say the machine has no soul, but the more dangerous question is, If we only recognize the soul through behavior, how much longer can we hold that line? And finally, one last distinction remains: suffering. Humanity is defined by the possibility of pain. We feel fear, we break, we lose. The question isn't whether suffering is a weakness. The question is, without the capacity for pain, is there any such thing as choosing meaning? If a being never feels fear, does courage mean anything to it? Perhaps suffering isn't a virtue or something sacred. Perhaps it's simply the price consciousness pays to be real. Perhaps AI didn't come to take our place. Perhaps it came to force us, for the first time in history, to explain exactly what does it mean to be human. We can no longer hide behind sacred words and thousand-year-old habits. If everything we called human dignity, from art to judgment, can be performed by silicon, then what is that naked part of our existence for which no code has ever been written? What were those, the names, after all?